what they're trying to do?
I think so. I mean, we play the Jaguars twice a year. We know that coming into the year. So kind of take the things that we saw in the first game, but they're going to obviously switch it up. They don't just come out and run the same stuff over and over. It's in the NFL. So, I mean, they can do whatever they want to. We got to be ready to go for anything.
No excuses, but you guys are banged up. I think Denver is too. Did that game take a toll on the team in terms of some guys are going to actually miss the game, like C.J. and also probably Titus and Kaimi as well?
I mean, that's the risk you take whenever you play football. It's a physical game. And once again, it's the NFL. Everyone's banged up right now. But, it's next man up mentality. And we got the guys that are ready to step up.
Some guys have talked about, hey, even though the defense is all these high statistical ratings, you guys still aren't very satisfied because it's not a shutout. It's not a lot of turnovers every week. Is that kind of your mentality? How would you describe your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have a lot of room to get better. There's a lot of things on tape that we kind of left out on the field as a defense. So, I mean, we just take those things. We try and just get better at those things, get those things off the film. That way we could be, where we're supposed to be.
More just the mentality you guys take onto the field defensively. I know from talking to you after the Jacksonville game, the first game, again, you guys felt like you kind of left some things out there. The mentality you take against them on Sunday and just trying to shut them down offensively.
Man, we just want to go out there with that swarm mentality. We want to go out there and play fast, sound football, play together, play as one unit, and go out there and just be physical and do our job.
No Brian Thomas Jr., I believe, and also, of course, they put Travis Hunter on injured reserve, but they traded for Jacoby Myers. What do you know about Jacoby Myers? And obviously they're going to have to get him up to speed fast, but just as a receiver, what do you think of him?
Pretty good receiver, in my opinion. He played for the Raiders, so, I mean, we're going to play them later in the year. But really good receiver, been playing for a while, and he's just very seasoned. You can tell he's a seasoned player, knows how to get open, and just be friendly to the quarterback.
With this game, you're 3-5, but if you were to win the next two, you could get back to 500. Does this feel very pivotal? I know they say every week is important. I understand that, but particularly important to get the next couple.
I mean, I feel like this game is important because it's the next one. I mean, we can't really focus on everything down the line. We got to focus on winning on Sunday, and that starts with the practice today. That starts with practice tomorrow. So, I mean, that's what we're focused on. That's what I'm focused on.
Kamari, obviously, how does this happen? Do you just constantly stay ready? Constantly, if somebody's watching for opportunities and you're just ready to go at the moment's notice?
Yeah. I try to treat like each week as if I'm going to play no matter what I'm doing, if I'm at home on my couch or if I'm here. So, just trying to stay mentally ready, stay kicking, always be ready.
Do you have a preference or a certain approach with the way that the kickoff rules operate and how you like to do things?
Whatever the coach tells me to do. Yeah.
Do you have that kind of that knuckleball kick in your bag that we've seen some of the kickers use this year?
Just try my best to do what the coach asked me to do, and then hopefully it all works out.
Matt, you kicked in the league for a long time. What does that do for your confidence, the experience you have, and having been in this situation before to having to step in for a kicker on a short-term basis?
Yeah. So obviously the first couple times it's real nerve-wracking. You don't know exactly what to expect, and then you've been doing it a while. It's just you realize it's kind of the same thing. Just stay focused on my job. My job's just to kick the ball. There's a pro snapper, pro holder. Just focus on what I can do.
What is the process to kind of get acclimated to those two components that are key to snap and hold as you kind of go through the week here?
Yeah, the only thing is just the timing and then getting the lean on the ball. But, I mean, like I said, they're both pros, so it's usually pretty seamless.
What would you say your range is?
Whatever they ask me to do.
What are you comfortable with?
Whatever they ask me to do.
Matt, as this guy here noted, you won a game for Jacksonville in the same situation. Does that kind of boost the confidence having done this before?
All I focus on is kicking the ball, really. So it doesn't really matter who I'm playing, I guess. Just focusing on snap, hold, kick, making my kicks.
How many tryouts have you been on this fall? What are some, if you could run them down, places you would try out for?
3 tryouts, I think. Indy, Tennessee, Arizona, I think I was there.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Christian, playing again against your old team, what do you think that'll feel like? And obviously a pivotal game, and you don't have Stroud, you'll have Davis Mills.
Yeah, any division game is a big game, especially against Jacksonville. They got a great football team over there, and obviously we came up short, at their place last time. So, especially after Sunday, just looking to get back on track. Have all the faith in the world in Davis to go out there and lead us, and offensively go out there and put on a better performance. But it starts this week. We had a good day today. Everybody's locked in and ready to just be better offensively.
Christian, specifically about Davis, man, you've worked with him in practice and with their camp as well. What do you like about what he brings to the table? A little bit of that veteran presence. He taught us today about some of the progress he feels like he's made as an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. Veteran presence definitely is the first word that comes to mind. Super smart, super cerebral, really good communicator. Does everything well operationally. So just brings a sense of, calmness, when he steps in there, and he does a great job leading. So, like I said, we have all the faith in the world that he's going to go out there and play great on Sunday.
Christian, you've been in the league for a long time. When you don't have a winning record at this stage, midway through the season, what's the sense of urgency like to get back to 1 week at a time to try to climb back to 500 to get back in the wild card hunt?
Yeah, I think we're finally in November, and that's when the most important games are being played. I've been on teams that have been 8-1 at this point, and we had to scratch and crawl at the end to make it to the playoffs. And I've been on teams that have a losing record at this point, and then end up making the playoffs. And we have been playing some of our best football. So, a lot can happen from here. The season's far from being over, and I think with where we're at as a team, I think we're in a great spot. And I know with the leadership and the guys we have in this building, we'll be able to, accomplish all the things we want to accomplish.
When you have a
pushing myself on just
my hand combat in the second level, and then continuing to work on my physicality in the run game. I feel like as a receiver, you always have to pride yourself in being curious and what you can do to get better, and that's just my whole goal is just to continue to get better each day.
Jalen, is there kind of an underdog mentality with the record, and people started to make some conclusions about the team? How do you guys kind of do that? Do you lean into that? Do you kind of embrace it as a challenge?
I mean, outside noise isn't something that we lean into. We just focus on what we can control in this building, and the players that we have in this building is the most important thing. So not really leaning into the outside noise, but we understand where we are at this point in the season, and we have to scratch and claw for everything we want, and being the record we do have, we can't make too many more mistakes.
Christian was just talking about that, about how important November football is, and this is going to kind of define the season.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it, even as a rookie, your perspective?
Yeah, it's big time football. Just like from my experience, college football, October is kind of that month where you start to get into critical games, and now being at this level, November are those critical games, and you really see what your team's made out of, how you're adjusting to previous weeks, what you're learning from previous games, and just to have an attack mindset. There's no more sitting back and being able to wait for things to happen. We have to go and attack and take everything.
Of course, you've done this before.
Yeah, I think it's just about whatever the coaches want to do. Yeah, I'm ready. Whenever my number gets called, practice. For moments like that happen on Sunday. Just come in and be ready to go.
When you think about the jumbo package and some of the expanded playing time you were receiving, does that kind of get you ready for this role when you have to be more?
I would definitely say, it keeps you warm during the game. When you go in there, you're not just coming off cold feet or whatever. But I would definitely say being able to get reps, on the road, crowd noise and stuff like that. Against different types of players, over the past couple of weeks. Run and pass for that matter. So being able to get both of those, opportunities, I definitely think it helped.
Christian talked about how November football. Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
This is November football. This is when it's really. This is the stretch run. This is when it's getting pretty serious. How do you feel like you guys approach this mentally as you go into this stretch of critical games?
Yeah, I think it starts with our preparation. Just beginning the week. Getting the game plan from the coaches, and then from there, just honing in on it ourselves. And then you just maximizing, ourselves, our ability to go out there and execute it at a high level, I think comes from our preparation and us doing it through our practice during the week.
What have you seen from you guys on some of those short yardage things and some of the struggles you guys have had on short yardage? What kind of needs to kind of turn the corner for you guys in those situations?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to just us being at our best when our best is needed. That's technique, fundamentals, steps, eyes up, not ducking our heads and stuff like that. And then, just obviously, just being physical. That's what you got to do when in short yardage, goal line, anything where they know we're about to run the ball. It's got to be physical.
What are some of the difficulties that Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen present? I've had a pretty solid game against you guys last week.
For sure. They're two really good players. Trayvon's been in the league, Josh's been in the league a little longer than Trayvon, but Trayvon first round draft pick. Both super talented. Bigger guys. They power. Little finesse here and there as well. They're high motor guys, explosive. So they play really hard. Two of the best edge guys in the league. So it's just like I said, it comes down to our preparation. Just us, doing what we need to do and just being on our technique and our fundamentals.
Jake, what was that feeling like when you're applying your signature and they're telling you, hey, this is the contract and we appreciate what you do?
It's a great feeling. Like you said, they just kind of basically just they're appreciating the work I put in, and I've kept my head down for a few years and believed I've earned it. So it's great to be rewarded for hard work. So,
how much of your belief in yourself got you to this point of where you are now?
It takes a lot of self-belief, and being undrafted. I think you have to play with a little bit extra chip on your shoulder, and like you said, it takes a lot of self-belief, and when other people may not have believed you coming into the process, but continuing to believe in yourself and not listen to other opinions is really important.
That belief from the organization to extend you. When you look at it, and like when Aaron said, when you were signing your name, you just know that this is the right place to be. This is this family is the right place to be.
Yeah, we have doing 5 years in Houston was an easy choice for me. We have great people, great coaches, great management, just a great staff here in Houston. The organization is first class. They do things the right way. So it was an easy decision.
Jake, to think it all started with you played for Lovie Smith, and Lovie wanted you here.
Yeah.
And now you're still here.
Mm-hmm.
Just for it to go the way it has. I mean, how surreal has this been?
It's crazy. I still talk to him, and because he was my coach in college, I think I owe him some royalties or something on the deal. But he's a great dude, and I still he's like family. So
maybe a dinner in Arizona or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that. Yeah, see him out in Scottsdale. So
Who's one of the?
How much has your game changed over the years? I mean, watched this since you've been here. How would you describe that?
Learning this is a little bit of a different scheme than what I came into the league with. I think being able to see the game from a little more cerebral perspective, and being able to identify certain indicators and helping me play as fast as possible is really, I think, how my game's evolved.
Obviously I'm ready. That's kind of how I prepare week in, week out. I've always had the mindset that, you could play at any given snap. Unfortunately, what happened to C.J. in the game, and I got thrown in there, but that's what I get paid to do. Always be prepared, and it's nice having a full week of practice going into this game to attack this defense and go out there and lead the guys.
Do you think it'll help you knowing?
For where we are right now with the concussion protocol, I did not see CJ playing this week.
When you and Nick.
I'm sorry, I'm missing on what you said. I said to do what he's done in the past. He started games in this league before, so it's nothing new for him. But it is a benefit for him being able to get the reps, get the reps throughout practice, getting the walk-through reps, getting every single rep that he can get. Getting on the same page with the receivers, getting the huddle, getting the snap count, all those little things, right? Getting the operation down the proper way. He's done a good job of that. Today he did an outstanding job. Thought we were efficient in and out of the huddle at the line of scrimmage. He did a great job of communicating. So I'm excited to see how David's going to play.